In this 2004 episode of The Oprah Winfrey Show, the TV mogul and her best friend Gayle traveled back to colonial times to promote a PBS reality show that has volunteers find out what it was like to work and live in a 17th century colonial settlement. You know, minus the racial tension, sexual violence, and smallpox. Because if it isn't included in children's coloring books depicting the first Thanksgiving, then we don't have to acknowledge it. But outside of that, our hosts get all of the same experiences a person in 1625 would have, or not have, in the case of one particular item.
Panties.
Panties?
No panties. Women didn't wear panties.
Panties?
Panties. There were no bras and there were no panties.
All right, we gotta do something because the lack of undergarments has Oprah and Gayle more stressed than the seams of Marilyn Monroe's dress at the Met Gala. I'm not sure why they're both so worked up when evolution has already taken care of them. You see, Oprah, growing out your pubic hair is nature's panties. That's a little trick I learned in finishing school, which is what I've decided to call my alcoholism between the ages of 20 and 25. In addition to no bra and no panties, get ready to watch fancy rich people sleep in the dirt and endure all of the trials, tribulations, and terrible smells of an age gone by in an Oprah Goes Back in Time installment of Clip Breakdown. Today's video is sponsored by Omaze. Visit omaze.com/Nick DiRamio to enter to win cool prizes while supporting amazing causes. Hello, television viewers. My name is Nick. Thank you so much for joining me once again on my channel for another installment of Clip Breakdown. This is the playlist where we dive into our favorite movies, TV movies, and other such content here on the web, and we break it into pieces like the moral code of a puritanical pilgrim by snapping it into little clips and saying, that's salacious, and it shows its ankle, and that's a good girl with a girdle and a bonnet on. And today we're about to watch two women who do not always follow the rules because they shouldn't have to jump into the colonial period. I love Oprah, I love Gayle, but when you put Oprah and Gayle together, it's hilarious. It just always has been. They really are the best friends I wish I were with myself. I don't like talking to other people that much. This period of reality TV was really popular with like making people live uncomfortably. You had Survival, you had The Colony, The Simple Life. I can think of several shows that were all about making people who are fancy do dirty shit. And oh, it's an easy sell as far as television, you have to admit.
Oprah goes back in time. 400 years. What did she get herself into?
Not them stripping away all of Oprah's rights using this wacky wife swap voiceover. He said, we took Oprah and sent her back to when slavery was a thing. What is she gonna do now? Like, first of all, don't talk about colonial times like you're announcing a monster truck rally. This time period has already been sugar-coated by American schools. We don't need to also cover it with melted nacho cheese from a stadium. That promo felt very similar to The Simple Life with Nicole Richie and Paris Hilton, which was hugely popular at the time. And they make a reference to that show a couple times throughout this. And although the show's producers never fully embrace this fact, Oprah and Gayle seem very aware that they would not have had the same social standing as European colonists during the 1600s.
What year is this? What year are we?
1628.
Whoa, boy.
So it's very, yeah. We're going back 400 years.
I thought this was the 1800s. I went back 200 years farther than I'd expected.
Oprah's making it sound like she thinks the plane ride over here was an actual time machine. Like she seems genuinely concerned about her DeLorean taking her so far from the home timeline. She's like, 1600s? Damn it, I was really counting on the invention of the typewriter to memoir my way out of poverty. That wouldn't be my plan if I lived back then. In order to make money, I would simply sell counterfeit breast milk to the orphanage. It's just my nipple sweat that happens to be really cloudy. Oprah is talking to the producers of the PBS show to get a feel of their backstory, although they're a little mysterious about everything because Oprah's like, so just to be clear, no one's gonna make me dress up like an enslaved African, are they? And the producers are like, we'll see. Like, no, we won't. No, we won't.
We have had
two African-Americans on the project.
They've both left for personal reasons.
Oprah, the black people left for personal reasons.
Does the production team know they're sending really ominous messages about this historical reenactment's level of authenticity regarding race relations? Side note, it's good to know people can just leave the Colonial House anytime they want. Because as soon as I saw the pot with no lid as a toilet situation, I'd be like, nope, sorry, I'm also leaving for personal reasons, which are that I'm gay and I hate this. One of the most iconic things Oprah's ever done is when she gives everyone in the audience a brand new car. And guess what, people? I'm basically doing the same thing for you today. Thanks to Omaze, the sponsor of today's video. Omaze gives away one-of-a-kind prizes and experiences while supporting chosen charities from all across the world. This is a really engaging and sustainable way for nonprofit organizations to spend less time and money trying to raise funds, and they can instead just focus on serving the communities in need. And right now, you can ride in style if you win one of Tesla's most coveted top-of-the-line SUVs, the Tesla Model X Plaid, which currently has a waitlist of over 6 months. Are you ready to hit the road with 1,020 horsepowers under the hood, mama? Do you know how many stables it would take to hold that many horses? 1,020, I think. Catch a movie on the car's 17-inch cinematic display. You will be sitting in the lap of luxury with this versatile SUV with its completely updated interior. Plus, if you donate, you'll be supporting the charities Give Power and 501c3. Give Power is on a mission to help provide communities with clean water and food. 501c3 works at the intersection of innovation and storytelling to help bring attention to issues that will help us build a more sustainable future. For your chance to win a Tesla Model X Plaid and support Give Power and 501c3, go to omaze.com/Nick DiRamio. So there we have it. Oprah and Gayle will be the only people of color in this township, and they have to get dressed in all of this colonial garb, which, as we saw in the intro, is missing a few key items that seem really important to Gayle and Oprah for their feelings of safety and security.
Tell me again why we can't wear panties.
We had to remove our panties.
All these years, women did not have panties.
No panties.
Women didn't wear panties.
Did you remove your panties?
Still have my panties on.
There were no bras and there were no panties.
They need both of those, okay? A bra is required to support the breasts, while panties are required to support not having bugs near the vagina. It's kind of vital. If they think life without panties is discomforting, wait until they find out that back then feminine hygiene just meant sitting in a river for 3 days during menstruation. Also, I really liked the source material of that panties montage, so let me know, do you guys think I would be a good DJ? Check me out!
Panties. Panties.
We had to remove our panties.
Panties.
We had no panties, no bras.
We had to remove our
No
panties.
panties, no bras, and no idea about what was coming next.
Did you remove your panties?
We had to remove our panties.
Oprah and Gayle actually seemed more prepared to encounter pre-Civil War racism on this adventure than they did to spend even 1 second on camera in a skirt without underwear. And even modern bras are said to be extremely uncomfortable, so these corsets must be torture. Oh, you have breasts? Just smash them mercilessly into your body with a cage and then tie them there using shoelaces. Like, what asshole came up with this contraption before anyone thought it might be nice to invent panties for a breezy day while wearing a hoop skirt? In fact, women at the time were probably like, look husband, it's a new invention. They're like pants but without legs that I can wear. And the men were like, nope, I like it better when your out. Go wrap another layer of fabric around your chest though before you toil over that open fire. This has nothing to do with the video, but I swear the minute I press record on this camera, every dumb f***ing in the world needs to make a phone call to tell me nothing. They'll be like, hi, this is your electricity company, just letting to know that you have electricity in your house. Like, So Oprah and Gayle get all dressed up and step out of their panties and into the Maine wilderness after, you know, they flew to this remote area of New England, and they're still not sure how they're going to be received by the other colonists.
Hi,
We're two black girls in the neighborhood.
I don't know how we're we're going to be received or whether they're going to throw us out or use the N-word, God forbid.
I would say that PBS probably advised their reality show contestants to not call Oprah the N-word, but you never really know with the racists in this country. The application for Colonial House asked, why do you want to live in the 1600s? And a disturbing number of responses specifically called out being able to use racist language without consequence. Real nice, America. So Oprah and Gayle show up to the town with their ham, a block of cheese, and some sugar, which, by the way, are really good housewarming gifts. I can use those to make my special candied ham cheese sandwich. I used to make it all the time for this boyfriend of mine until it drove him crazy and he ran off. Oprah and Gayle really think nobody will recognize them because they're not wearing eyebrow pencil, I guess. That's me greeting the Spectrum technician after one full business day of spotty Wi-Fi. In addition to 2 celebrities having arrived, the colonial people, colonists, are also just really happy to see someone who's showered recently. They said they could smell the soap on them from a mile away because that's how little perfume or fragrance they've encountered in the weeks since all of these colonists have been here.
This one guy came and he like physically smelled me to say, "Oh, you smell so good." I'm like, "Okay, nice to meet you." And you are?
Greg Panty Sniffer. I'm the reason you're not allowed to bring panties into this town. For real though, I was out with my friend this weekend and no less than 5 gays walked up and sniffed his armpit without introduction. I'd be like, hey boys, you want a whiff of me too? And they were like, no thanks, I'm not hungry for cheese. Parmigiano under armo. I have smelly armpits, I'm sorry if that's not a truth you were ready to know about me, but it would have hit the headlines one day or another. So one interesting dynamic here is that Oprah came from pretty modest roots. She grew up in rural Mississippi, and so she has a lot of experience with some of these activities like milking cows or raising chickens, even emptying out a chamber pot. But Gayle, on the other hand, grew up with a more privileged family life, so she's a lot less used to all of the physical chores. And it seems like all of the other colonists are the same way. They come from different walks of life and have gradually over time had to sort of adapt to this less comfortable way of living.
Every day you're here, your standards become lower and lower.
That does sound promising for my dating life. Where was this colonial town again? Are there any vacant apartments? Preferably in ye old gay district. I know this person is actually talking about standard of living, meaning what they're willing to eat or put up with. This type of experience would be a very mixed bag for me. On one hand, I really like creature comforts, and I really hate manual labor. But on the other hand, I don't really care if there are maggots in my food. That hasn't been known to stop me. Also, you can call me disgusting, but I think you would literally ingest less germs by just drinking the black fly that lands in your soda than you will by sticking your germ-covered finger in there trying to remove it. Like, congrats, now that drink has still touched a fly and has E. coli in it. Ooh, I just got a shiver because we're so far from the warm light of this video's main topic. What happens next? Oh, night falls, and our hosts have to use the bathroom, which is not a room unless you count outside as a room.
And you just kind of go like this.
Yeah, on the
on
pot?
top of the pot, and you go. You'll.
Okay.
I promise. It's horribly awkward. You sort of drip dry.
Oprah's like, yeah, I got it, Bethany, thanks. I'm actually already familiar with how to air dry my genitals, but much appreciated. Personally, I think I could have found a way to verbally explain that to a newcomer without squatting down and simulating going to the bathroom for the Oprah Winfrey show. But I went to finishing school, as I already said earlier to mislead you. Now, I have been camping and I've had to go to the bathroom outdoors, and it is the worst thing on earth. So that's already for me a good sign to cancel colonialism.
I find the big leaves are the best.
You squat and go.
And use the leaves.
And use
then there's
the
some
leaves.
dirt, and you just cover it.
How does that little girl know so much about delivering babies? It's no wonder I wasn't born during the oldie moldy colony baloney times. My soul was simply refusing to be born in a time where people were still shitting outdoors. It's like, good night pathogens, I'll see you 3 days from now in our water supply. Another terrible reality about living in the 1600s would be the lack of electricity. When the sun goes down, you can basically read or shout. You can't even read unless you light a fire. Yeah, I guess that was an option. But who reads?
It's now dark. What we're gonna do? Do we go to bed? It's gonna be a long night. Head down by the campfire and let's meet our neighbors and have a little hoe dance.
I need to know if the colonial people actually called it a hoe dance or if that's just something weird that Oprah said. When she said that, I was like, okay, maybe I could have survived back in those days. Hoe dances and dehydration from diarrhea sounds like my weekends wouldn't change too much. They, instead of watching Nick at Night, would have to sing around the fire. As the secretly gay colonist who would be terrified of going to hell, I feel like this would really be my chance to let loose. Although I don't love this particular dance.
This dance is a competition between the men and women who can yell the loudest and jump the highest. Men! Women! Men! Men! Women! Men! Women! Women! Women!
Conservatives are like, see, isn't the gender binary fun? We get to categorize everybody into two groups and then scream about how those are the only options, even when it makes us look like idiots. I don't know how they even know that pattern. They're like, men, women, men, 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 women, men, men, women, women. Like, you're making this up. What history book told you to do that? And I want to know how many colonists accidentally flung their body into a pile of hot coals trying to be the highest jumping lady on the field. The best part is when Oprah is getting a little testy because obviously there's a camera crew following her around during all of this uncomfortable.
Could you just turn off the cameras, please?
I'm going to pay, for God's sake. Turn off the camera. Turn off my mic.
No, Oprah, this is reality TV. And the reality is we're going to record a high quality audio file of the sound of your urine hitting the forest floor. Your archivist specifically requested it, and later we'll repurpose it into an ASMR video on the O Magazine YouTube channel. I would have gotten 0 sleep. I have a memory foam mattress with springs and I still can't get more than 5 hours a night on a good day. If you had me sleeping in a rusty, musty bag full of hay in the dark with 17 other people laying on top of me, I would be cranky.
And you know what? Chew those leaves you have in your hand too, and it'll give you a nice breath freshener.
These are my pea leaves.
Why are you carrying those around with you, Gayle? That's probably the reason a brown bear has been tracking you all weekend. I know it's not right for the time period, but can someone get Gayle a sandwich bag to seal up her piss leaves, or she's gonna get us all mauled in the middle of the night. The bathroom outside, no running water, and the no toothbrush or toothpaste seem to be some of the hardest parts for Oprah. I feel her on that. I need to floss and brush in order to feel human. And they're like, no, time to go cook pig flesh.
Oprah was already frying the bacon.
Gayle comes in like this is the Bel Air Hotel.
Please make mine extra crispy.
Oprah's here cooking over an open fire while blinded by smoke and choking on carbon monoxide, Gayle. You'll be lucky if this pork even gets hot enough to kill the visible parasites living inside of it. Oprah's looking at her like, oh sure, yeah, and how do you want your eggs? Smashed in your face or filled with poison? That's the newest meme. This reaction is too good. Gayle truly out of touch with where she's. I would be like, I don't even know how to fucking cook bacon. And guess what? If you get a tapeworm, we're ripping it right out of your hole and using that for meat at dinner tonight. This is the colonial times, baby. We take what we can get. Oh, that was actually gross. Who eats a tapeworm? Who eats a tapeworm? Who's gonna eat a tapeworm? Let's all eat a tapeworm. I'm obsessed with seeing Oprah and Gayle in uncomfortable situations. Are there any other shows where people go back in time? We need to watch it. I remember one where it was like kids doing this and they were like Lord of the Fliesing each other. Iconic. Let me know in the comments below and tell me what other Oprah and Gayle experiences we should look at next on Clip Breakdown. But most importantly, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you want to see more just like it. And don't forget to click that subscribe button right over here. That way you never miss new videos from me. I upload 2 new ones every week, so turn on notifications and you'll always be the first to know when I'm cooking your pork extra crispy. And don't forget to check out omaze.com/Nick DiRamio to support a great cause and enter for a chance to win a Tesla Model X Plaid. Also, I've got merch available and a Patreon where you can access exclusive bonus episodes and virtual watch parties. You guys are all the greatest. Thank you for wearing no bra and no panties with me today. I will see you next time.